If you're anything like me, you'll love blankets. I can't lay on the sofa without a blanket. I feel a bit exposed without one. And if you're in good company really when it comes to that, because Formula 1 tyres as well love blankets too. You'll often see them in the garage stored on some sort of trolley to transport them around, and they'll have blankets on. They'll often have blankets as well, literally right before the car goes out into a session during a Grand Prix weekend. But why is this? Why are the blankets there? Are they to stop the tyres feeling too cold? Well, yes, actually, as it turns out. But let's dive into this, guys. Full article on the F1Chronicle.com. A nice explainer article I'll be going over today. Link to the full article will be in the description below, but I'll try and go through as much in 5 minutes, as you know I normally do here on the video channel. So F1 tyres are not just covered, they are heated before the car leaves the pit stop for any of the sessions during a race weekend. The covers that we see on the tyres are not ordinary covers. They are blankets that are designed to keep the surface of the tyre at a predetermined temperature. Temperature at which the tyres are kept will depend on the atmospheric conditions and the track temperature of the track. The tyres are heated before every session during the weekend. Even during really hot weekends, the tyres will be heated up, because at the end of the day, the working window for these tyres, off the top of my head, it might well say in this article, but I think it's something insane like nearly 100 degrees Celsius, the boiling point of water. And even on the hottest of the hottest weekends, you'll see track temperatures maybe pushing 60 degrees. So even in the hottest races like Malaysia back in the day, like Brazil nowadays, you will need to have those tyre blankets out warming them up. And it's basically to optimize the performance of these tyres and provide better grip out on track. Now, when the cars go out from the pit lane, they'll be going around 50 miles an hour, or maybe even slower depending on the pit lane speed limit. And because of that, it means that the tyres basically will cool down quite a bit. And that's even more the case if you're going to line up on the grid at the start of a Grand Prix. You'll lose tyre temperature just going down the pit lane, and by the time you get out onto the track, you'll need to heat them up by going left to right and just kind of doing the slalom thing and just heating them up. I forget the name of it now. It's been that long since I've played the F1 game recently. But yeah, you just need to basically just put some steering lock in and heat the tyres up. But the tyre blankets actually do help with this before they actually do go out onto the circuit himself. And tyre temperature plays a significant role in cornering performance in particular, which in turn affects lap times overall. When a driver can maintain higher cornering speeds, they need to decelerate and accelerate less, ultimately saving valuable fractions of a second throughout the lap. These small gains can add up to a significant advantage over the course of a Grand Prix. Now, the ideal temperature for the tyres is around 100 degrees Celsius, like I said before, which is just over 200 degrees Fahrenheit. However, the specific temperature to which the tyres are heated depends on various factors, such as the ambient temperature, the tach temperature, and the tyre compound being used. Teams carefully monitor these conditions to determine the optimal tyre temperature for each situation. Blankets, which are essentially electric heating pads, are used to preheat the tyres before they are fitted to the car. These blankets can be set to specific temperatures and help maintain a consistent tyre temperature until the car leaves the pit lane. The FIA regulations allow tyre blankets to be heated to a maximum of 110 degrees Celsius for slicks and 100 degrees Celsius for wets. In addition to the preheating tyres, drivers often zigzag or weave. Weave, that's the word I was looking for. When you can't think of a word like it, just get the brain freeze of that. But there we go. Weave, that's the one I was looking for. During the formation lap before the race start or behind the safety car to maintain tyre temperatures. This weaving motion generates heat through friction and helps to keep the tyres within the optimum temperature range. Do too much of it though and you can get some excess tyre wear, particularly with softer compounds on a hot day. And failing to keep these tyres warm though can result in a loss of grip and significant disadvantages when the race restarts. Pirelli provides teams with specific guidelines for tyre pressures and camber settings based on the expected track and ambient temperatures, and these guidelines help the teams set their cars up to maximise tyre performance and minimise the risk of tyre damage, but that is a general kind of setting. Each driver and each team may go for something different. The science behind heating tyres in Formula 1 is complex, with the teams employing tyre engineers and strategists to analyse data and make informed decisions based upon this. Factors such as track layout, weather conditions and specific tyre compounds in use all play a role in determining the optimal tyre temperatures and pressures for each session. Pirelli of course always bring a soft, medium and hard tyre to every race weekend, but which ones those are does vary. There is a C1 through 5 and that all basically varies on the hardness of the tyres. So a hard tyre in Brazil might be harder than a hard tyre in Monaco, for example. And that's all we've got time for. Like I said, there's a full article over on the F1Chronicle.com going over tyres and heating and why it's such a big deal in Formula 1 and why getting rid of tyre blankets, in my opinion, would be a pretty disastrous idea. I hope they don't do it, but they probably will know in F1 because, you know, reasons and all that. But we'll see what happens with that. Like, share, comment, subscribe as always, guys, and we'll see you very soon for some more F1 Explained videos and some more F1 content, some more news as well. They've had some good news about Belgium and some questionable news about South Africa as well coming onto the calendar in the near future. Check those videos out if you've not already, of course, and of course, we'll see you very soon, guys. Have a good one.